Question 5M4 from Statistical Rethinking, second edition. Make sure you start by installing and loading the Rethinking package with the code blocks up here. So in question 5M4, we are returning to a data set and model that was presented in the chapter with the waffle divorce data set. Okay, and in that earlier in the chapter, we were using that data set to model I believe the divorce rate as predicted by median age and marriage rate within a state's population. Now, the author McElrath, I'm not sure how you say it, notices or asserts here that the states with high numbers of members of the LDS Church or Latter-day Saints have divorce rates that are lower than the regression model expects. Okay. So we want to put that into our model. Now, he goes on to say that that data, the percent of LDS by state, is not available in the waffle divorce data set. So we have to go and find it. Okay. So you can go find this on your own, but right here is the link that I found for me. Okay. And so if you go to that link, you'll get some data. I'm not sure what year that data is from, and it's probably from a different year that the waffle divorce data set was put together. So in other words, the data that you get may not be perfectly aligned, but we're just going to ignore that for the sake of the problem here. Okay. So here's my data. I'm loading the data, which is part of the Rethinking package, the waffle divorce data set. I'm calling it D. And then I'm tacking on this variable, and these are just the values that I copied and pasted from here. Note that when you go, in fact, maybe I'll just go here real quick. When you go here, this table is ranked, so the values are given by rank. Okay, but in the waffle divorce data set, the data frame is listed alphabetically. The other thing to note that took me a little while to identify was that Nevada is not in the waffle divorce data set. It may be said somewhere in the book, but I don't remember. But I found out that Nevada is not present in the waffle divorce data set. So when you put out the values or when you try to merge the values, you shouldn't use Nevada. Okay. So here's our data set. And he suggests standardizing the variables, which seems like a fairly good idea, especially given the odd distributions of all of these different variables and on different scales, etc. And so that's what we'll do. So I'm going to create a new data set that I'm just calling D2. It's going to be a data frame, and I have my variables here that I'm naming: div rate for divorce rate, mar rate, age, LDS. And then I am just using the standardize command, which I believe is part of the Rethinking package. I think without the Rethinking package, it's something like scale. I think it's the scale argument. But I'm just grabbing the divorce, the marriage, the median age of marriage, etc. from the D data set. Okay. And so now we're going to build the model. So I'm just calling the model M. And here's my divorce rate. And I'm going to make it a normal distribution, again, partly because we've standardized the variables, but also that's all we know about at this point. And I'm just regressing on these variables. Okay, so this model is basically what was presented in the chapter, but now we have this additional term here. Okay, so the beta term, or the coefficient, 4% LDS. Okay. And I'm taking these priors from the book. From earlier in the chapter. So that's where I get these priors. Okay, so when I go through and I run this, we get the Preci output, and I've just rounded it to 2 digits. And so if we go here now to the beta LDS term, we see a negative value for the mean, and we notice that I think that these are 89% credibility intervals, is well below 0. for both values. And so, so this hypothesized relationship seems to be borne out by this model. Okay, that's it. Thanks.